Hi, this is Cherry Blossom Girl. I'd like to talk to you about the height that I stated in my previous video blog. Yes, I wasn't mistaken. My height is actually 4'7", and I'd like to share with you guys the reason why my height is 4'7". Now, I know none of us can, well, some of us aren't biology majors and chemists, um, but the reason that I am so short um, and somewhat have a younger appearance is due to a, a birth defect, and that birth defect is commonly known as Turner syndrome. Um, it's not very widely known about. All of the the people that have Turner syndrome are female, um, and the reason for this is because girls with Turner syndrome, instead of having a either XX for female or an XY for male, only have a single X. This does not stimulate change towards becoming a male because a Y chromosome is necessary for the hormonal change in males. What Turner syndrome basically is an endocrine problem, um, which can lead to other problems in us Turner syndrome girls. Um, and the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I think it would be really great to connect with other girls who maybe have Turner syndrome. Um, I kind of felt like growing up with this that I was the only person. Um, this didn't really affect other people besides me, even though I knew full well that it does, because there are others, of course, out there, and really when you're young, you kind of have a selfish view. But I would say for a good part of maybe 10 to 12 years, I would say, I participated in a medical study as far as growth hormone to see if I was getting a placebo or actual growth hormone that stimulates Turner syndrome girls. Um, this disorder or birth defect, I'd rather call it a birth defect, because it happens, when egg and sperm are joining, and occurs in newborn babies and fetus. But anyway, this birth defect, um, I would say has somewhat impacted my life. I haven't had any major changes, but socially, it's been somewhat uncomfortable for me. Being shorter meant that sometimes you do get teased. People aren't as willing to accept you, um, and it's very difficult. And I want to express to all you girls out there with Turner syndrome, and to all of you who may not know about Turner syndrome, um, that it's not the easiest thing to be looked down upon because you're shorter. And to make things worse, my family was inherently shorter. Um, my grandmother was not much bigger than me, and she does not have Turners. Um, but it's not easy. But I want to encourage you though. There are real people out there who will accept you despite your Turners. Um, I would have to say that hopefully, like me, you'll be able to engage in things such as driving, which I need a pillow for, and dating, which I'm glad. one of the sad parts is that I do have ovaries, but they are so weak that I won't be able to conceive children. But it is my understanding that maybe a small percentage of Turner's girls actually can go on to produce healthy babies. But it is very small, and that's one of the problems with Turner syndrome. Um, but if any of you girls wish to connect, or if there's anybody interested in learning more about Turner syndrome, there's the Turner Syndrome Society, and you can Google that online. It's always a helpful resource, because I have a baseline knowledge of mind disorder, but I've pretty much gone through life trying not to think of myself like that, like there's something wrong with me, because I feel like, yes, my Turners just made me who it is, but I don't look down upon my Turners, and I don't look down upon myself for having it. And I don't think you girls out there with Turners should, you know. But I just want to outreach to all you Turner girls. Just if you see this video, I urge you to contact me. You're not alone. And I hope that I can be a voice on YouTube to encourage acceptance of Turner Syndrome girls, because we are very special, and we have a lot to offer to the world. So, this is Cherry Blossom Girl, and 1X beats no X.